What's up everyone? So welcome to today's video. And now last week I did a video and it went kind of semi-viral. It ended up in the independent.co.uk. It was on the trending YouTube page, which is awesome. So in the last week there's been a few thousand subscribers in the space of a few days. So comment down below if you are new here. This video is going to be a Q&A video to get to know me a little bit better. On my Snapchat I also asked you guys to ask me questions. I got a lot of them, so let's dive right into it. What's up everyone? So I'm recording a Q&A, so if you have any questions you want to ask, I'll be opening up my Snap, so ask me here. Okay, so the basics about me, because that got asked a lot. I'm 24 years old, I'm from Dublin in Ireland. I live in this apartment with my girlfriend. My job, my occupation, I guess you can call it a lot of things. Qualified personal trainer, I'm an online coach, I'm a public speaker. My next event is in Galway, November the 8th. I'm also a social influencer, a fitness model, I'm signed with an agency. I also own my own line of gym wear. It's currently sold out, but the new line is coming very soon. I'm a men's physique competitor and I'm also sponsored / endorsed by multiple companies. Oh, and my name is Rob Lipsett. If you're new to this channel, congratulations, you just found the best channel on YouTube. Well, I don't know if it's the best, that could be saying a bit much, but yeah, it's alright, it's alright. Basically what this channel is about, it revolves around my passion, which is making videos, fitness, be it health, nutrition, training. I also want people to improve their lifestyle, be it get more confident or stop caring what other people think or just adopt a more positive mindset and ultimately get out in the world and achieve your dreams. So welcome to my channel, it's a very positive place, and now I'm going to get into a couple of questions. Rob, do you do cardio on a bulk or should you? Personally, I don't. I probably should, as it's good for health benefits and it keeps the bulk lean by keeping your surplus modest. But what I do is I try to stay as active as possible and I go for plenty of walks while listening to podcasts or interviews. Even if I'm listening to a Q&A video like this, I'll just listen to it, I'll put my phone in my pocket and I'll go for a walk. So yeah, I try to get some cardio in, but nothing intense. What got you interested in the gym and what motivates you to keep going? It started off with, I wanted to get bigger for rugby. I used to play a lot of rugby and then, I started playing less rugby and I started hitting the gym a little bit more. And then the gym kind of took over for me and it just became a passion. And now, what motivates me to keep going, it's just like what I love to do. It's just like a passion of mine. When I don't go to the gym for a couple of days, I just feel weird. It's kind of like brushing my teeth. Opinion on Conor McGregor. Now, I'm Irish, people ask me this the whole time, and yeah, I absolutely love him. I'm not actually even the biggest UFC fan, but I'm a massive McGregor fan because his mindset, his attitude, the way he visualizes things, I think it's amazing, and I'm hoping we cross paths one day. How long you been lifting for? Around 5 years, but not consistently. There's been times where I've taken time off or gone traveling, but I'd say the last 3 years have been very consistent for me. What are some of the biggest nutrition myths that come to mind? I've actually put a few down in notes here, so stuff like the no carbs at night myth, no carbs after 6, bro. There's no magical hour or minute where carbs start getting converted to fat. When people say your body can only absorb 30 grams of protein per meal, that's a myth. Even the whole post-workout anabolic window is largely overhyped. And then stuff like fat makes you fat or carbs make you fat or one single food source makes you fat, when the truth is an excess amount of calories is what makes you gain fat or gain weight. I really hate when people demonize certain food groups. It's just kind of like scaremongering or something. Where did you learn everything you know? So like I said, this is kind of just like a passion of mine. This is just what I'm interested. I read every night before I go to bed. I listen to podcasts. People like Lyle McDonald, Alan Aragon, Andy Morgan, Danny Lennon, Brett Contreras, Eric Helms. There's tons of great guys out there, and I listen to them so much that when I did sit my sports nutrition exam, I passed without having to study. So yeah, it's just what I'm into, and I read a lot. You often hear pro bodybuilders saying you have to confuse the muscle to make it grow. Is this a myth? Can you expand on this a little bit? You often hear bro just say like, yeah, confuse the muscle to grow, and that actually, what does that even mean? So yeah, in that sense, it is a myth, but I kind of understand where it came from, and basically to grow a muscle you do have to give it a novel stimulus, and that's why some people think confusing muscle, give it a new stimulus, right? But how can you even keep track of that? How can you make sure you're progressively overloading the muscle? People are like, just train hard. It's like, well, what do you do, you know, a month down the line? Train harder? How do you measure that? So while yes, you do need to provide a new stimulus to muscle, you also need it to be something you track. So for example, placing weight on the bar or adding in more volume, reps and sets, which will lead to progressive overload, that's something that you can actually track, and that will provide a novel stimulus. So, you know, no, you don't need to confuse the muscle. Give your muscle algebra. Is 3 days of lifting per week good enough to make gains? Yes, it absolutely is, especially if you're a beginner, intermediate. People like Steve Reeves are big into 3-day splits. I would recommend full body, and each day you kind of emphasize a different compound movement. I also got another question saying, how do I balance out rugby with lifting? I would recommend just getting into the gym 3 or 4 days a week. 3 weight sessions a week will be perfect to support your training. Favorite food to eat on a bulk and on a cut? I also got a question about appetite that I'm going to go into. My favorite food to eat on a bulk is sushi. It's a regular feature on my Snapchat. It's just very like carb dense, it's delicious. On a cut, I love making my own burrito bowls. So I get a bowl and, you know, I put in a huge amount of salad, some beans, some brown rice, and some chicken breast, maybe even some salsa. So it makes this huge massive meal for a very low amount of calories. And as for your appetite, I would recommend eating more voluminous food. So stuff with high fiber and, you know, high amounts of protein to stop you from getting hungry. Pretty much food that will take up a lot of room in your stomach. Like when I'm cutting, I eat like a massive salad bowl or 2 every day. As you guys have seen, I have a very big appetite, so I really need to stick to filling foods when I'm on a cut. Favorite gym music? Anything by Eminem, anything kind of aggressive to get me angry and psyched up for the lift. Any big upcoming plans? Well, of course, I'm going to New York to do a few collaborations for YouTube in about a week. But in terms of plans, there's been stuff that I've been like working on for the last 6 months that I cannot wait to kind of be open with you guys about. But I'm a big believer in I never talk about something until it's finished. You always hear those people and they're like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then they never actually do it. You know, I hate that, so I'm really just, when something is done and it's confirmed, that's when I'll talk about it. What software do you use to edit your videos and what's your camera setup? I use either iMovie, just if I'm putting together something simple, or Final Cut Pro if it needs to be a little bit more complicated. I'm recording on a G7X Mark II, and then for my Instagram, I use an Olympus pen with, I think it's a 45mm lens. Millimeter. How do you stay humble as you continue to grow in your fitness journey? Well, first of all, thank you. That's so nice of you to say. And to answer your question, I guess like whenever I've met like someone I look up to or like a big name, I've always met them and they're just like a humble, down-to-earth person. And then I've also met some people that like, they're just not like, they're just a little bit fake, they're not what you think they're gonna be like. And so yeah, I would just rather be the first person. So always stay humble, stay grounded, and you'll be better off. Do core exercises make your abs more visible, or is it mainly down to fat loss? Mainly down to fat loss by far. A caloric deficit is what will make your core visible. How do you get a good pump in the gym? I would say, you know, make sure you've plenty of electrolytes in your system, such as sodium, potassium. It's very important for muscle contraction. Make sure you're properly hydrated. That's something people always look past. Make sure you have some glycogen in your system and that you're using proper form. Also, the leaner you are, the kind of more definition you'll have and the kind of bigger pump you'll see. So yeah, the more your muscles will pop. Okay, last question. What is the meaning of life? It's a pretty deep question to finish things off. But you know, I'm not like some wise dude meditating at the top of a mountain. But I think, you know, the meaning of life is just finding out what makes you truly happy and then just doing that. But what do I know? I could be wrong. Guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Thank you for spending some time with me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave it a thumbs up. We've got some cool vlogs planned for this week, so I'll see you then. Keep it real. I'm out of here. Bye.